precarious. Hi, welcome back to another video. It is currently the 16th of December, and yeah, we're approaching the end of the year, so I thought it's probably a good idea to try and finish some books. You know, end of the year, end the books. There's something there. There's like a vague connection there. I'm grasping at straws. But basically, I've been going through a bit of a starting books phase. I have started all of these. I'm also in the middle of an audiobook, and there's a book sitting on my Kindle, partially read. So, I thought, I'm not daft. I'm not going to be able to finish all of these because they're all in various stages of, completion. But I thought it would be interesting and a little bit fun to see just how much I can finish and read before I get to the end of the year. So, in this little stack of books, I'm just going to tell you the titles. I'm not going to tell you what they're about, because if I get to them, I'll tell you about it then. But we've got a bit of variety. So we have The Glass Dragon by Irene Redford. I bought this one in Wigtown and I started it a few days after I got home. So end of October is when I started this one. We have One Year's Time by Angela Milne. I bought this one in Wigtown. I started it in Wigtown, so mid to end October. Filthy Rich Vampire for Eternity. This is the fourth book in the Filthy Rich Vampire series and the last book. I read all three of the other books this year. I don't know why I didn't bother picking this one up. And seriously, I am only like 25 pages into this one, so it's not a big deal if I don't get to it. And realistically, I could probably even like count this as having not started, but no, I have actually started it. I think I would like to get to this one pretty soon actually and get this one read, because then I'll also not only will I have finished a book, but I'll finish a series. So that will be pretty cool. It means I'll have started and finished a series this year. And yeah, this is a really good series. I have really enjoyed it. I'll tell you more about it if I get to it though. Moving on. Started within the last couple of weeks. This is the shameful one. This is the really shameful one, because I genuinely have no excuse for this one, other than I was originally listening to this one on audio. I had a copy on Libby, borrowed from the library, but then it took me so long, just the way I listen. I don't listen to books every day. I listen to it in certain situations, like if I'm driving or doing housework or something. But yeah, I tried to renew it because when my hold came to its expiration date, I hadn't finished it, but someone else had reserved it, so I had to, can't keep hold of it, just take it back. But yeah, I started this one back in March, which is Clara and the Sun. It's probably the one that I'm like second furthest along. This is really good. I'm really enjoying this, and I know even reading it physically, I'm still gonna get just as much enjoyment out of it. But I don't know why I haven't continued picking it up. I don't know. Next, we have The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. When did I start this? When did I get this? September? October? Yeah, basically anything I started in sort of like October. I don't know. What's wrong with my brain? Many things are wrong with my brain. Next, we've got A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. Again, I started this and I was like, yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Okay, this is kind of ticking a good number of brain boxes. Until it stopped ticking brain boxes and I stopped picking it up. Also, it's really pretty edges. This is the Illumicrate edition, I believe. Did it tell me on the side? Yes, the Illumicrate edition. This one's going to be like August, September-ish, I think I started it. So, should maybe think about this one as well. The Kindle book, it's called Tell Me You Hate Me. I cannot remember the author off the top of my head. I am about a third of the way through that. It's enemies to lovers, figure skating romance. Exactly my kind of book. So why haven't I continued with it? My only defense there is it's a Kindle book, and you know, if given the choice between my Kindle and a physical book, I'll pick a physical book. Although apparently I'm just not picking any of the books. I don't know. But yeah, the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Book 8. We're not going to count my audiobooks. I'm pretty good with my audiobooks. I just continue chipping away at those. So we're not going to count that. But yeah, the last one is The Black House by Carol Johnston. This was our December book club pick for the library book club. We met last week. Well, we met on the 12th, so we met like 4 or 5 days ago. Still not finished it. I'm about 2/3 of the way-ish. I've got about 140, 150 pages left. So I can tell you a little bit about this one. This is basically a thriller mystery about this young woman in her early mid-20s. Basically she travels from London to this fictional town off the coast of Lewis, Kilmary is what they're calling it, to figure out what happened in the past. Basically, when she was 5 years old, she woke up one day convinced that she was the reincarnation of this guy called Robert Reed. He had died on the island and he had been murdered on the island. And for reasons, our main character, when she was 5, along with her mum and documentary maker, came to the island and tried to basically make a documentary about it. So she's gone through a lot of like childhood trauma and things, but yeah, now we're back. She's come back to the island. She's getting very mixed reactions from the islanders naturally, about how they feel about her and all that. When I first started reading it, it was giving really, really big cozy romance, small town cozy romance vibes. So that worked a lot because I love I call it a cozy, small town cozy romance. I love that. But we're also getting sort of like the mystery of it. I'm really enjoying. We're getting flashbacks. So some chapters are actually told from Robert's point of view. I'm really enjoying those POV chapters. Maggie, our main character, her chapters so. This is, as far as thrillers go, I would essentially call this a no thoughts brain off book. You do not need to worry your any pretty little head or anything. You do not need to worry yourself about, you know, keeping track and finding the clues, because it just go along with it for the ride. It's a dead easy read. I actually read the majority of that in one sitting last week. So this one has only been like a week. So we're not doing too well. Now technically I started this like a month ago, read 50 pages, put it down, and then read most of it the night before book club. I am terrible. What is wrong with me? But yeah. So far, my basically what I'll say is it is a really fun. It's a fun, cozy read. A little bit atmospheric, but not overly. It does not hold up to the scrutiny of a book club. When you start picking away at it a little bit, it kind of unravels and falls apart. The writing's not ideal. The character work is shoddy at best. But apparently the ending is truly something. Everyone kind of agreed the ending kind of sucked. The ending was pretty shit. Did not make sense, very much comes out of nowhere. So I am going to be finishing this not with the, oh, I wonder where this will go, I wonder what was actually happening lens, but more through a lens of, is it really as bad as they all said it was? Oh, now I'm curious. So yeah, that's that. That's where we're at. So I'm gonna go get started on this. I've got about half an hour or so, and I really need to go to bed. So I'm gonna read a little bit more of this, and I will check in with you, hopefully soon-ish. I'm gonna try and do at least a little bit of reading every day, just to end the year on like a highlight, a good note. And if nothing else, I will let you know when I've actually finished this. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in like less than a second for you and however long for me. Hey, so apparently starting this vlog, touchwood, is exactly what I needed to do to kind of get back into the swing of reading things. I've not read as much in the lead up to this vlog as I have previous months, or just in general. But yeah, little reading update. I am a lot further along. Got so little left. I've actually read about 80, 85 pages, give or take, more of The Black House. Yeah, reading it with the lens of, I wonder just how bad is this going to get, is probably helping, because I think if I didn't know that, I'd be getting really disappointed right now, and I'd probably be struggling a bit. This book is, like, it starts off kind of cozy, then oh, excuse me, pardon me, I do apologize. But yeah, it starts off cozy, and then kind of tries to get a bit into the thriller, but I feel like it just never fully commits. And it's a super, super quick read. There's a little bit of romance, it's just a bit too insta-lovey. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this, interesting that this wasn't touched upon during book club, but at least not really like the way I'm kind of viewing it. But the author's handling of mental health, bipolar in particular, is not great. Like, it's actually kind of really bad. Like, really bad. I wouldn't go so far as to say she's vilifying it. But she's not vilifying it, you know? You know, like, even if I didn't know what was coming, by this point, you know that it basically all comes down to one or more people having a mental breakdown. And I don't know, I feel like in this day and age, that's a trope that's kind of done. Like, we don't need that right now. Yeah, but I've only got 40, I don't know, like 40, 60, yeah, 2 seconds. How many pages are there? Or 20? Oh, okay, yeah, I've still got about another 80 pages to go. A lot has to happen in this 80 pages, so we'll see. I reckon I'll finish this tonight because it's only 8 o'clock. I will definitely finish this tonight. So I'll either update you tonight or tomorrow morning, or maybe tomorrow evening when I get back from work. Who knows? And yeah, and then we'll have to figure out what we want to read next, what I want to read next. I might just send a picture of the spines to like a friend and be like, pick my next book, because I don't know which one I want to pick up next. So yeah, anyway, relatively brief reading update from me. Boo, go me. See you in the next clip. Okay, so I will chat to you guys properly about how I feel about the ending, or just like this book in general, tomorrow once I've had more time to process my thoughts. But just as like an initial, like, I've literally just finished it, I have just closed the book, my initial gut reaction is that the ending of this book took it from, it was fine, it was okay, it was kind of fun, it was a quick, easy read, to this book was utter tripe. This was awful. That ending. Wow. Book club warned me it was kind of terrible. And I knew. I told you guys. I've said it to you. I'm going in expecting it to be terrible. Just how bad? Oh, wow. No, like, it was terrible. It was a cop-out. It was an utter cop-out. Like, the worst ending she could have given it, I think. Yeah. Kind of angry at it, actually. Like, really, no. Like, what she's done is insulting to Islanders, I think. I'm not an Islander, I can't say for certain. I can't speak for them, but personally, if I was an Islander, I'd be bloody insulted about the representation that she's given them here. And, no. This ending makes me angry. So I'm gonna put this book back. Thankfully I'm gonna give it back to the library tomorrow. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Because it's now, what time is it? Yeah, it's now a little after 9, so that last 80 pages took like an hour or so to read. Like I say, super, super easy reads. And yeah, I'm gonna go, I don't know, watch something cute and cheesy because this was awful. That ending. Book club tried to prepare me. I was not prepared for how much that ending sucked. Yeah, I'm gonna go put the kettle on now. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Hey, so yeah, it is the next day now. I don't know what the bit of hair is. We'll just live with it. It's fine. Yeah, I've had a bit of time to calm down. To be honest, I've not thought about this too much more since my rage-filled update last night. Yeah, ultimately, this book I guess it was fine. It has definitely made me realize, or rather, it has confirmed for me that mental health as a plot device, it's never going to be something I'm going to enjoy. It's never going to be something I'm going to go for. The ending absolutely needs to be reread. I can't really talk about it without spoilers, so what I'm actually going to do is, if there is any chance that you want to read this, skip ahead. I'm going to put on screen something to indicate that I am talking spoilers, and then we're just going to go for it. So, yeah, you've been warned. But basically, the way this ends, it very much implies that she is Andrew McNeil reincarnated. After she sort of realizes and comes to this conclusion, she still goes back to Will. She still sleeps with Will again. Will happens to be Robert, aka Andrew McNeil's son. So she still goes back and sleeps with the son of the guy she is the reincarnate of. Like, tell me that's not weird and just wrong and just... What? No. The fact that this book ends with, it's like, oh, actually, you are Robert. You've come back to the island. You are. It like confirms the reincarnation, essentially. No. It basically took what was an okay, fine book and... No. Like 1, maybe 2 stars at best. Like, the ending destroyed it. There was nothing throughout it indicating that actually there's a really good chance that there, or even just like a chance that yes, she was the reincarnation, that this was actually a thing. Because we've got such a focus at times on the mental health, and in particular her bipolar, and the fact that she's had psychotic episodes, and we learned that Robert was going through a psychotic episode, which is what happened. Ultimately, the mystery of how he died is he killed the little boy, and the villagers all band together. They'd essentially been bullying him quite severely, despite, kind of knowing that he was going through something, that he was not right. And yeah, when he finally comes to and he's like, oh my god, what the fuck have I done? No. He's like, there's no, like, I can't ask for forgiveness or whatever. he wants to die. He feels that atonement, the only way he can atone is to die, and can the villagers help him with that? So they literally have a vote and go, yeah, we'll help him die because that's the right thing to do. Because, you know, if we went and got him help, it would be terrible. Like, he would not survive that. He couldn't. Like, oh no, he wouldn't be able to cope with, you know, being locked up in a jail or like a psychiatric hospital. And I'm like, or, you know, he'd get the actual help and medication that he so very obviously needs. But no, they literally help him drown himself. No. Um, that was just, I don't know, I find it really insulting to any very small community out there that any community would act like that. It was just, no. As for the reincarnation, I personally think what we should have had was, you know, some form of explanation as to how Maggie, our main character's mom, knew what was going on, knew about like the name of Neil. Like maybe, you know, have someone leave the island a few years after Robert / Andrew's death, and then, you know, like drunkenly spill his guts in the pub one day and have everyone, you know, think it's like a joke or not a joke, but like, you know, a delusion or something, and have Maggie's mum sort of like pick up on that and enter her delusion and feed that into Maggie. And it'd be easy enough to, you know, have like this guy like die off's page before Maggie ever returns, so, you know, can never confirm it, but it would be a way of sort of tying together like how she knew about it rather than it just the reincarnation. It didn't work for me. So yeah. Carol Johnson has written at least one more book, and quite frankly, if this is what I'm getting from her, I have no interest in picking it up. I can understand why people would like this, but just really, really not for me. Yeah. Book Club warned me that the ending was something. But I genuinely just wasn't expecting it to be that bad. It goes from like slow, steady, sedate pace, and then in the last 80 pages, like just literally dives off that cliff, both in terms of placing and plotting, and I want to say character, but like the character work was shoddy at best. So, yeah. What a way to start this vlog. The first book being this. But hey ho. What am I starting next? I sent a picture of the stack of books to Laura and Rachel, and they both picked the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. So we're going from what should have been, you know, dark and atmospheric, but at times felt kind of cozy, to proper warm and cozy and all the fuzzies. I've read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. I actually read it when I was in New York last year, so I have a lot of really good fun memories attached with that one. So we'll have to see how this stands up just in general. But yeah, I'm actually only like 40 pages into it, so I started it and then almost immediately put it down. So I've not really formed an opinion too much of this, but this is the second book in the Dream Harbor series. We're following a introverted bookseller, and she wants to sort of like break out of her shell and actually like do something, because, you know, she sticks to routine and she feels like she's never taken a chance or just like had some fun. And she's I want to say late 20s approaching 30. And our love interest is someone who I think he arrived for like the summer and just kind of stayed. And I think he runs a surf shop or works there or something, but, you know, he's always having like a fling with whatever tourist is here for the season or whatever. You know, he's extroverted, out there, basically opposites attract. And yeah, and other than it's a cozy small town romance, that's all I got for you so far. But we're gonna read some of this tonight, and take it from there. And I mean, if all else fails, it's definitely going to be better than The Black House. Yeah. Anywho's, I will chat to you guys in a bit once I've actually read a bit more. Hey, time for check-in. I'm just about halfway. I'm just over 140 pages. Maybe close to 150 now. Hold on. I should check these things before I start talking to you, but I don't. I'm 158 pages into the Cinnamon Bun bookstore. Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of what you expect. It's cute. Not going to be my favorite in this series. The chemistry between the main characters, I'm just not feeling it quite the same way I did Jeannie and Logan in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I looked over there because it's down there on my bookshelves. But yeah, no, it's fine. I'm definitely glad I picked it up. It's so words. I don't have any words. I think the theme of this vlog is going to be what's wrong with me. Seriously, what is wrong with me? Why do I pick up the camera or my phone and film when I have no words? Bleh. Word vomit. No, I have the opposite of word vomit. I don't know what I have. Yeah. We're doing good. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's currently Sunday. Is the so if Wednesday's the 25th, 24th, 23rd, it's the 22nd. This is one of the first times I've picked up my phone today as well, because I tend not to, if I can avoid it, I don't pick up my phone on a Sunday. I have not quite screen free because I am watching BookTube in the background, but yeah, I just do like contact free Sundays where, you know, if anyone wants to speak to me, good luck. But most people know that, you know, eventually I'll get back to them, either late Sunday night or Monday morning. But anyway, diverging, rambling. It is the 22nd, which means, although I don't need to, I really want to finish this by the end of tomorrow night, because I actually have The Christmas Tree Farm by the same author, set in the same series, set in the same town, which I've kind of been saving for reading at Christmas. So I kind of want to start it on Christmas Eve. So I'm working on Christmas Eve, so I'll be... Meow! To you too, Maisie. Yeah, I've been saving The Christmas Tree Farm so that I can start it on Christmas Eve. Because I'm working, I will be here in my own home in the evening, and then I'm driving down to my parents on Christmas morning. Like, my family were not... Well, I'm generally more of a morning person these days-ish, but my family are absolutely not morning people, and because our Christmas, we tend to keep it so incredibly low-key, they don't see the need to get up. Mum will... I mean, we tend to eat our Christmas dinner. It is definitely more of a dinner than a lunch, and we tend to have it sort of closer to 4 or 5 o'clock, so yeah. Mum will probably get up sort of like late morning to put... I think she's doing a gammon for them this year. I've bought myself, it's the Asda range, but it's like a mushroom Wellington. So I'm going to pre-cook that on Tuesday night, on Christmas Eve, so that I can take it down with me. Otherwise, Mum is like, oh, I was just going to serve you vegetables. Yay. But yeah, anyway, we keep it super low-key, so I'm probably going to have plenty of reading time. So I saved The Christmas Tree Farm to read at Christmas. But yeah, so I kind of want to get this finished. It's just after 8, I think. So I've got a couple more hours reading, and then a couple hours, well, I've technically got all of tomorrow evening. So I think I can do it.
but we'll see. Yeah, sorry. This, although not my longest update, was definitely probably one of my more rambly updates. So I should probably leave you here. However, very quickly before I go, check out my stocking. I made this a couple of weeks ago. Rachel showed me how, and I stole the fabric from her. I don't know if you can see properly, but it has books on the fabric, and it's super, super cute. And I also like twinkleified my bookcases. Yeah, there's a candle burning. Don't worry, I keep an eye on it. But all twinkly, yay! At some point in the year, I really am going to have to go in and tidy them up, just because, like, you're not seeing like the very bottom shelves, which are an absolute mess. But yeah. Anyways, I am going to put my phone back down, be contactless again, uncontactable again for the rest of the evening, and read a bit more. And hopefully next time I speak to you, I will have finished this and I will be able to give you a bit more of a coherent update about what the book was like. Yeah. See you.
Alright, update time. I suspect you guys knew exactly where this update was gonna go. Yeah. We're on Christmas Eve now. I didn't update last night. In fact, I didn't really do any reading last night because I've DNF'd. I'm DNFing the Cinnamon Bun bookstore. I have nothing against the author, I have nothing against the writing. I just think this particular story and couple just aren't working for me. Oh gosh, what can I even say about it? I find them boring. I think they're both quite boring. I think I don't care. It is very much one of those where there's not conflict, but the whole point of this, the whole plot and everything comes from they both need to just grow a pair, and speak to each other. Because right now, all we're getting from them is, oh, well, I'll just have this summer, or I'll just have like this summer's fling, because that's all I'll ever have from them. Because the other, like, they'll never feel the way I feel for them. They'll never, like, I'm so madly pining for the other person. But, I know that they don't feel that way about me. And so I'll just take what I can get. And I'll just have this, and that will be enough. And, I can't. So, yeah, we're DNFing it. But we are immediately, as I said earlier, we're going to immediately give the author another shot. Interesting framing going on here. Ha ha ha. And I'm going to read The Christmas Tree Farm. I've already read. That didn't quite work. I have already read the first couple of pages, and like already immediately I am so much more on board. I've only met what's her name? Kira. We've only met Kira so far. I have not met the love interest yet. But so far I'm like, okay, this is gonna be Grumpy Sunshine. This is gonna be so classic Hallmark Christmas film tropes. I am here for it. Kira has very recently bought the Christmas Tree Farm. She did not realize, I don't think she realized it was a Christmas tree farm, and she definitely thought it was in better condition than it was. So when she first moved in, her plan was not to continue operating the Christmas tree farm. But the farmhouse is in such poor condition, she kind of needs to. She needs to operate the Christmas tree farm in order to get the revenue to do the repairs. But she really doesn't like Christmas. And she's already making like the cynical, she's like your proper like she is a stereotypical grumpy of the Grumpy Sunshine tropes. She's already making the cynical, like, this town is far too cute and cheery for its own good. Everyone's too friendly. Like, she is proper grinching it up. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I don't have too much more to do tonight. I have cooked tomorrow's dinner for myself.
So I'm actually driving down to my parents tomorrow, but to save my mom having to like cook something extra for me because I'm vegetarian, my family are not. They're all very excited about the gammon and or ham or whatever she's cooking. Um, I was on the phone to her earlier, and she's like, I'm gonna like soak the gammon overnight, and then I'm gonna cook it in. I'm gonna boil it in Dr. Pepper, and then once it's ready or like mostly done, I'll take it out there. I'll reduce the Dr. Pepper, and then I'll finish it in the oven with the Dr. Pepper reduction glaze. She's like, oh, that sounds really nice, doesn't it? I was like, yeah, I think you guys are really gonna enjoy it. And she's like, oh yeah, you won't eat that. I was like, no. I've been vegetarian for 2 years now. This will not be our first Christmas where I don't eat the meat. Um, but no, she's really struggling with that, I think. Or just to remember. So I actually got myself a mushroom Wellington from Asda's from their OMV range, which I so far like is definitely of the meat replacement substitute product brands, chains, lines is definitely the superior one. Just because they do things like a mushroom Wellington where it's like we're not going to pretend it's not fake beef, you know? They do like the fake meats, the meat substitutes, but they also do a bunch of like here's just like a non-meat alternative or something. So that's really nice, and just the quality is usually pretty decent. So I did have a slice of that this evening for my dinner. It's pretty decent. I'm waiting for it to cool down properly so that I can try a little bit cold. So just so I know whether or not I need to heat it up tomorrow, or if I can just bury it under a pile of mash and let it naturally heat up that way. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, presents are all sorted. My parents and my brother, I've made them a stocking, so very similar to this one. I've made them their own stockings. Not in that fabric, obviously. And I've just gotten them a bunch of little things to go with them, to pop into them. So all the stockings are made. I just need to put the items in them. There was going to be a chocolate orange in each of them, but I kind of ate one. So I was like, do I give my parents a chocolate orange and not my brother, or do I just keep the extra chocolate oranges for myself? There's other things they're getting, so it's fine. Yeah. My bag, to be honest, I'll probably pack my bag in the morning because I'm not going to leave here till like 10 a.m. So I've got plenty of time. So yeah, I'm kind of pretty much done for the night. So I am just going to sit and there at least read a couple of chapters, but I think I'll get a decent amount of reading done tonight. And yeah, we'll take it from there. I don't know how I'm going to feel about filming in my parents' house. I don't know. I probably won't film if they're in the room, but I might give you an update if like they go to bed early, or more likely on Boxing Day because they get up a lot later than I do. Hence the not leaving Inverness until like 10 o'clock. But yeah, I will update you later on, let you know how I get on with Christmas Tree Farm, and hope that my excitement for it remains. But I think I'm really going to enjoy this one. And yeah, see you in a bit. I've made it to page 8. Our main couple have just met. They are already snarking and sniping each other, and I am sold. This is exactly what I needed after the Cinnamon Bun Cafe. That's all you need to know. It's everything. Like, yes, love this already. Hey, I thought I'd pop in and give you guys another wee update. I'm so close to finishing this. I am so glad I picked this up. I'm fairly certain from the previous clip that you kind of guessed that pretty much from the get-go. I was enjoying this so much more. Yeah, I'm really, really glad that I did not let the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore put me off trying another Laura Gimler, because this has been absolutely perfect. It is such a cute, cozy winter read. It's not overly like saccharine Christmassy. It's definitely not a Hallmark film book. It is a little bit spicier, but also like, but yeah, it's just so much better than the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. The chemistry between the main couple, it's there from the get-go. It's a dynamic I really, really enjoy. There is chemistry, which Cinnamon Bun Bookstore just didn't have. Everything about Cinnamon Bun Bookstore was just boring. And yeah. But this has absolutely been a saving redemption. Um yeah, it's just wonderful. And I don't know, I came on to update you guys and now I'm like, I feel like I don't have too much to say about it. Mostly because it's serving up everything that I need, everything that I want it to. But there's not a huge amount to say about it. um I don't know. I will have proper thoughts like when I actually finish it, which I will. Um but yeah, just basically just wanted to confirm that I'm actually really, really, really enjoying this one. It's currently the 30th. It's taken me longer to read than I thought it was going to. I started it on Christmas Day. Did I start on Christmas Eve? Oh, excuse me. I cannot remember when I started this. But yeah, I didn't. I was about to say I didn't get as much reading done when I was at my parents' as anticipated. I did. It's just that I started reading a fan fiction that it's a Severius, like a Harry Potter, Snape adopts Harry fiction book, and yeah, it was a wee bit longer than I anticipated. It was over 800,000 words. I'm fairly certain. I want to say like Eye of the World, Robert Jordan is like 300,000 to 400,000 words. Um, so yeah, that one took me a wee while to read. It was really good. Happy to leave a link to it in the comments if anyone's interested. But was absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, it took me a little while longer to read than anticipated. So this kind of got put on the back burner whilst I was doing that. And I've also been kind of busy. I got back from my parents on Friday, and yeah, I say busy. I've been proper relaxing to an extent. I started rewatching Eternal Love, which is a Chinese xianjia, like a fantasy drama on Netflix. It has 58 episodes. I'm currently on episode 40 something. They're like hour-long episodes, so you know. But loving that again. It's a rewatch, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So yeah, that became a bit of a rabbit hole as well. And I've rearranged my kitchen. Appliances are all in different things. Cupboards got changed about and everything. Like I had a proper full scale rearranged the kitchen. So yeah, that took up a bit of time as well. So I do anticipate probably finishing this tonight. But I don't know what I'm gonna do then. I think I'll basically see what my mood tomorrow is, whether I pick up another book from the pile of unfinished books, or do I start something new? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But yeah, this was an update that didn't really become an update, I guess. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit. So for the last sort of 15-20 seconds, which doesn't feel like a long time, but you know, it is. I have been sitting here looking at my camera, my phone, whatever, going, what on earth is that reflecting in my glasses? I switched the TV off because I have been watching YouTube. Didn't make a difference. What the hell is reflecting in my glasses? There's nothing in front of me. It's not the twinkle lights. Do you know how long it took me to realize? Like 15-20 seconds solid. I think it's far too long to realize that it's you. You are reflecting in my glasses. Yeah. I feel really smart right now. But despite that, despite my obvious lack of intelligence and whatever the heck is wrong with my brainness, I finished The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. I really, really enjoyed this. I think I'm giving it essentially 4 stars. It's not going to be an all-time new favorite, but it was a really cute, really cozy, wonderful little read. And you know what? Kind of perfect to finish the year out. I do say finish the year out because it is Hogmanay. It is 6:30, 7 o'clock. 7? Yeah, it's just about to go 7 o'clock on Hogmanay. And yeah, I figured I should wrap up this vlog and actually, tell you about this book. Because I think this is now like the 3rd or 4th clip. And have I actually told you what this is about? No? Well, let me enlighten you. I'll try to. But it's me, so good luck. I don't know what's wrong with me. I started this vlog saying I don't know what's wrong with me. We're going to end it that way. So, nice full circle. But this is basically following Kira, who... How would you describe Kira? She's essentially been like a socialite. Heiress, I guess. She comes from money. She's in her mid-20s. And so far she's spent her life just kind of flapping about, not doing much, not feeling like she's really achieved anything. She has had a string of relationships and she just feels like she's always being used. She's always being the person using someone. She takes advantage of people, and generally we meet her at a point in time where she's just feeling like a really selfish human being. But she's reflecting on that, and that's something that she wants to work on. She has just spent all of her inheritance, or the last of her inheritance, to buy the farm, the Christmas Tree Farm. Her sister has just gotten married and moved to Sweden or some Scandinavian country. And this is the first time she's really kind of been on her own, so she is determined she is going to find her independence. So she's working through like this journey of essentially having to learn that independence does not mean you have to be alone, and it doesn't mean you can't accept help. It's important. And Ben, or Bennett, our love interest, he is Jeannie's brother. We met Jeannie in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. She's the protagonist of the first book. So he's come to the town to visit for the month. For the holiday season. He works in like a computer tech company or something. He can work remote. It's fine. He's come for a holiday visit. He's also kind of running away from his kind of ex. So that he doesn't fall into bad habits again. Ben is a bit of a fixer. He has a helping people thing. Ben has had a string of relationships where he's been used. He comes in, he helps them in some way, and once they're done with him, he gets tossed aside. So he's very much not looking for anything. They meet, they start immediately bickering. They very much get off on the wrong foot, and it takes a little while to get over that. But they do, and it's wonderful. And yeah, it's basically these two characters coming together to realize that what they are viewing as faults and flaws maybe aren't, and maybe they are the right people to balance each other out. They start off, it's very much like this will be a holiday fling. This is no. Kira is desperately trying to be, the strong, independent woman who is is an unselfish woman is what she's trying to be, even though she genuinely does have a heart of gold, and she's an absolute sweetheart. They both are, and it's just, yeah, I had such a good time. It basically everything that was wrong with the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, she did right with this one. Our two characters, they had chemistry right from the word go, and it felt believable. The plotline and the storyline made sense. It felt right. Our characters, although I think technically our characters are younger in this one than they were in Cinnamon Bun, they feel more mature. And I think she got the level of spice just right. I DNF'd Cinnamon Bun at the 50% mark, and we'd already had like 3 or 4 sex scenes, or getting close to sex scenes. 2, I think, in the entire book. And yeah, communication was better. Just everything about this book was so much better. So I'm so glad I did not let the Cinnamon Bun bookstore put me off this author. I did yesterday. So for my Christmas, Laura got me Waterstones vouchers, which I'm very, very grateful and thankful for. And I also had some money on my Waterstones card from my points. So I basically put in an order for Waterstones yesterday. A couple of books that I've already owned and a couple of pre-orders, and what I did include in one of my pre-orders was the next in the Dream Harbor series. So our next one is, what's it called? The Strawberry Patch Pancake House? I've not looked into what it is. I don't know what tropes, I don't know what characters we're gonna get, I don't know who it's following. I'm just going to take it on faith that Cinnamon Bun was a bit of a blip, and that I do still really like Laura Gilmore, and she will do me good. I trust. I trust in her. But yeah, that's us. This vlog it did not become what I thought it was going to be. I anticipated that initial pile. I thought I'd finish more from it. I mean, technically, I still have time to read from it, but yeah, I don't like cramming in my reading. Yeah. So, I will tackle it later. I'll tackle the rest of it later. We'll get to them. But yeah, I had thought I would take more than just 2 books. So yeah. But in this vlog, we have. You've been with me this whole time. But yeah, we finished 2 books. Started 1 and DNF'd 1. 3 books total. It feels like that math is wrong, but that math is right. Yeah. But that's it. Oh, I did also, do you notice my bookshelves are slightly different? I spent all of this morning rearranging the bookshelves. I've had to admit defeat. They are still alphabetical. Technically. You probably can't really tell, but this shelf behind me and the 2 below it have no books on them. And with the exception of this shelf, they're all stacked, like, one on top of each other. Horizontally? Vertically? I don't know. Yeah. They're all stacked on their they're all sitting on their sides instead of on their bums. And I fit a lot more in. I found that for the smaller ones, I can fit 3 of them, 3 piles, side by side really, really nicely, like almost perfectly, on the shelves. So I have split up the smaller paperbacks and the bigger more standard size paperbacks. And yeah, it just produces a lot more space. Because you'll find in the next vlog I do. So the next vlog I do is going to be what I think is going to become my traditional New Year's Day reading vlog. Where in it, I'm not going to talk about my 2024. I'm going to do a separate wrap up for my 2024 reading, but I am going to discuss some of my goals and what I want to achieve with my reading in 2025. And I'm just going to sit and read all day. I've got a little roast, so you'll see that in the next one. But what I really want to do is, one of my goals this year was to tackle some of my physical TBR, and I kind of didn't. Realistically, I have added a very small handful of books to my shelves this year. These are my red shelves. I want that to change. So having sort of like 3 empty, essentially, shelves, I think is going to help me do that. But I will chat about that more in the next one. I'm going to start rambling. But yeah. It will be after the new year by the time you see this, so I hope you had a really lovely one. I hope you had a lovely Christmas, a good festive season, and you're all doing well. As always, if you've made it this far, well done. I'm proud of you. that was effort. And yeah, like if you like it, subscribe if you want to. No pressure. And I'll see you guys in the next one.